Hey everybody, thank you so much for joining us on this Friday where we are going to do Comics from the Future, our weekly preview show where we're going to show you the latest upcoming comics, new series starting, cool new variant covers, and other stuff we don't want you to miss. In case you don't know, my name is Megan.
Mandy.
And I'm Jason. We're with Infinity Flux Comics out of Chattanooga, Tennessee.
That is right. Thank you to all of you who tune in and watch us every single week. I know we help lots of you figure out what you're going to get and put on your pull list so you can contact your local comic shop and all that. We do a lot of research and try to bring you all the info, so we would really appreciate it if you took a second to subscribe to our channel. We're almost at 2K. How long have I been saying that? But we are. And also take a second to go check us out on Whatnot and Instagram, where we post new and different content every single day. So without further ado, I think we'll jump into it pretty soon.
All right, we're going to begin with the featured comics, starting with
Batman Incorporated. And speaking of, I look like a ghost on the
Oh,
screen.
why?
I don't know. Apparently, light doesn't work too well on this.
Don't stand who's here.
Batman Incorporated is a team led by Ghostmaker. See, I did it on purpose. So, this is a new ongoing series that is spinning out of the main Batman title. If you don't know what Batman Incorporated is, it's essentially Batman from around the world, kind of sponsored by Batman or approved by Batman to kind of carry his name throughout the world where he can't be, with all different kinds of characters from different countries. And they are getting their own ongoing title. I believe this will be the second volume of Batman Incorporated. There was an older version, but this is the new one. This will be done by Ed Brisson and by John Timms, which is, I believe, the team that did, was it Batman Annual? That
right
was
that
the,
sort of introduced this new
yeah.
incorporated team.
So it's that team coming together. And in this, there has been a murder of somebody who was close to Ghostmaker and Batman. And so this team is going to come together to try to figure out what happened before it starts happening to even more of them. And there's not a whole lot else that's known about the book, kind of where it's going, who the big threat's going to be, any of that. But I can confirm, because I did skim through the first issue, there are at least two first appearances in this one of some new named characters. Don't know how big of a deal they're going to be, but have very unique looks, and we'll see where that goes. So this is our A cover for Batman Incorporated. And then this is our MOLINA variant.
All right, so next up is a one shot I'm looking forward to from Marvel called Crypt of Shadows. So this is being released. It's going to come out pretty much like a week before Halloween, 2 weeks before Halloween. So perfect time for Marvel to do a nice one shot that delves into sort of the more evil edges of the Marvel universe. You know, you're going to see Werewolf by Night, Man Thing. You can see people on the cover. The appropriate characters for delving into monsters and creatures and vampires. So not a lot more is known about this other than it will be sort of anthology story style. I don't know if there's going to be like a crypt keeper character. I hope there is. I think that would be pretty clever. But so this is just a one shot for Halloween time. So let your store know if you want this. Here's a regular cover. Here is the brown variant. Here's the LUBERA variant. And lastly, here is a Ryan Stegman Morbius variant.
It's very creepy, Morbius.
Yes, and this will be $5.99, so I'm expecting it's going to be double size.
Yeah.
And next up we have Hitomi. This is from Image, written by H.S. Tack and art by Isabella Menzanti. So this sounds really cool. It's set in feudal era Japan and is about a drifter training under a disgraced warrior. It's basically the trials of a young female warrior who is working to gain the rank of samurai. And I'm watching Cobra Kai right now, so anything that has to do with training and cool stuff like that, I am more interested in at this moment. So anyway, sounds cool. They said it has the history of Kurosawa with the action, visceral action of Quentin Tarantino. So it sounds like they know what they're going for. It looks pretty cool. This is the cover A, and then the Momoko, Peach Momoko, cover B. And so it's going to be a 5-part miniseries.
And our next installment of the Batman One Bad Day series, the last one, the Riddler one, was huge. This is Batman One Bad Day Penguin. So what is Penguin's really bad day? Well, it does sound really bad. Um, his entire empire, the Iceberg Lounge, all of his people and everything, are stolen by a former associate called the Umbrella Man, which sounds funny. It's like, I guess he's the guy who supplies Penguin with his umbrellas. But all of that's taken away from him, and he must walk the streets of Gotham trying to build a new uh, criminal team to go up against the Umbrella Man and retake what is his. This is going to be written by John Ridley, and CAMUNCOLI is doing the art on it. So really cool if you've been enjoying these. We've got the Riddler one, we've had the Two-Face one, now we have Penguin. We have a Jim Lee variant, and this is the CAMUNCOLI variant as well.
All right. Also from Marvel, there's a new 5-part miniseries they're starting called Deadly Neighborhood Spider-Man.
Huh.
I wonder if this is one of these things where somebody came up with the title first.
Yeah.
You know, they pitched, this is a great title. Now let me write the story. So in this, Peter Parker is going to L.A. Doesn't say why, but when he gets there, he is going to be tested like never before by demons. So it doesn't say who the demon is. I don't know if this is like, I'm not sure who this is, if it's a Mephisto thing or not. They don't say Mephisto, but might be. And he's supposed to be very badly tested, and it even says that the demon might even eat him alive.
Wow, that would not end well.
Yes. So pretty interesting. So this is the main cover. Then here we have the Albuquerque variant.
Oh yeah, I think they did tease what the demon is, and for fans of New Mutants,
See now with this
you
cover
may be able
clearly
to-
what the demon is.
yeah, you may be able to figure that one out.
Interesting. Okay.
Very
And
odd
then
crossover.
Here is the Bengal variant, the Casanovas variant,
Also there at the bottom.
and the MACK variant. Now the whole eat him alive thing
Yeah,
makes
yeah.
much more sense.
All right, this is a one-shot called Halloween Party. Yes, this stuff that we're talking about now is come out in October, obviously. So Halloween Party is a one-shot written by Jerry Dugan, Brian Posehn, and Scott Koblish. So these are the guys that did the 420 comic, and they said it's basically that, but they put some Halloween masks on it. They tried to come up with every monster they could think of, include it in this. So it's a love letter to everything horrifying. And basically, I think it's going to be like there's so much horror that goes on in our everyday life with, like, obviously look at the cover, we got some shootings happening here, that the monsters are having trouble doing their jobs.
Mhm.
So going into that. So it sounds pretty fun. Just a one shot for Halloween. And this is the main cover. And then we have I almost called that yellow, an orange pumpkin themed blank cover.
See a lot of people drawing their own little jack-o'-lantern faces on that
Mhm.
one. Okay, next up, this is nothing, well, these are not new issues, but I feel like a lot of people will be wanting to get this because this is Batman Spawn, the classic collection hardcover. And why are they putting this out? Because we are going to be getting a new Batman Spawn crossover book. First time in like 30 years, something like that. Because it says for the first time in 3 decades, this collection comes out, and it's collecting Spawn, Batman Spawn, uh, Devil War, I believe what it was called, and the Batman Spawn #1, written by Frank Miller, both collected in this hardcover edition with this great Greg Capullo and Todd McFarlane cover. So if you've never read those, I think I have both of those, but I would really like to have this as like a really nice definitive way to read these two one-shots in preparation for the new Batman Spawn crossover book coming out in December. So this is going to be only $19.99. It is only 2 issues, but they were a little bit bigger than regular size. So I think this will be really, really cool coming out.
All right. So also from Marvel, Miracle Man is coming back with the sort of original team of Neil Gaiman and Mark Buckingham. They are continuing a story that they started 37 years ago. I kid you not. So this Miracle Man #1, it's going to have some stuff from Miracle Man number 23 back from 1985 when they had begun this story and the comic kind of got cut. And so some of it's going to be that, and then the rest is going to be new stuff as they continue the story 37 years later. So in this, the missing Miracle Man family member has returned, and his last memory, he has a big memory gap, is he remembers things back in 1963. Well, now all of a sudden he's in the 21st century. So somebody back from 63, now he's in the 21st century having to deal with all the crazy heroes and monsters and gods of modern comic times. So I'm really interested to see what they do with this. It's really awesome. They're continuing something from so long back, a story that they already had, and now they got to mull over. It better be great. I mean, 37 years of marinating, that better be the most tenderized story ever told. So this is the main cover. Here is the Jimenez variant. Then we have the Noto variant. And lastly, the Sprouse variant.
I think you must be hungry because I marinated some chicken, which is what we're having for dinner tonight, and I think that's what's in your brain right now.
For 37 years?
Oh,
Sounds great.
I'm sorry, just 37 hours.
Okay, I'll take it.
Okay, this is Alpha Betas. This is noteworthy for a few different reasons, but namely it is Whatnot Comics, the Whatnot app, which sells users like us who are on the Whatnot app, sell comics and a ton of other collectibles on that platform, on that app. So they are producing their own comics now. So noteworthy for that reason. This Alpha Betas is, they say it's Rick and Morty meets Tron. It is about a group of gamer kids who are caught in the middle of a high stakes battle between the US government and digital terrorists inside the virtual realm of video games. Okay, I'm not a boy, so I don't know what any of that means. But basically, I'm sorry. This is another noteworthy thing about this. It's a collaboration between, I think, 3 different YouTubers, maybe 4, that have a combined subscriber count of over 60 million. So you better believe they are going to be pushing this comic out there like crazy. So it's kind of giving me like Fortnite vibes, meaning even though there's a lot of people who are going to want this, I don't think comic shops are going to know or understand that. A lot of comic shops have like a moral thing against Whatnot right now as well. They really don't like the platform because of some fees and some other stuff with it. So I can see a lot of shops not ordering this period. I think it will be under ordered. I think it will be highly sought after. So pick it up. It actually sounds pretty neat. So like video game craziness, irreverence.
Yeah, that
So,
art style. I mean, the minute it came on the screen, I'm like, Rick and Morty.
absolutely. Just preview pages, it does look a lot like Rick and Morty. So it does something pretty cool. Will certainly be under ordered. So this is the cover A. This is cover B. This is the video game variant, obviously.
Super Mario Brothers.
Is the Blake sketch cover, and this is the Mafood launch variant. Don't wait and pay like $20 on the Whatnot app for this. Get it for the cover price now.
Yeah, it's not too often until you get to pick up a publisher's first book.
Very true.
We're right there at the beginning.
Yep.
All right, so now we're going to get to other number ones. They're not featured, but they might matter more.
You try to say something different
I know.
every time.
Yeah, this time I wanted the M's, like might matter more.
Starting with one that definitely matters. This is Batman and Scooby-Doo Mysteries #1. So there was a previous Batman and Scooby-Doo team-up book that was very popular. They had some really diehard fans. I believe it's the same writer coming back, Sholey Fish, that's going to be telling this new era of Batman Scooby-Doo stories. And this first one is very timely. I wonder if they kind of worked it out this way, because it is going to be the Scooby Gang teaming up with Batman Incorporated. So it's the Batman Incorporated characters, people like Knight and Squire and Man of Bats, all of those, as the Scooby Gang goes on they jet set to some of the most haunted places in the world. So sounds really fun. I believe this one is also like a $2.99 book. They make it very accessible. So if you are a fan, pick up Batman and Scooby-Doo Mysteries #1.
I always loved it when Batman showed up on Scooby-Doo when I was a kid. Those episodes are always great. All right, so this is another Dark Crisis Worlds Without a Justice League. This is the Green Arrow one. So, like all the other ones before it, it's going to show what this world tailored for Green Arrow is going to be like. This sort of perfect world. So, if you've been getting the other ones, you probably kind of already know the drill. So, just let you know that is available for order now as well.
All right, and then we have Chilling Adventures of Salem, Chilling Adventures universe, notable for Sabrina. He's also doing some other stuff like with Jinx and now with Salem here. Some little one shots. So this is a one shot, and this is about Sabrina's familiar, of course, Salem the cat. This is a different side of him where he will be basically an anti hero who is enacting vigilante justice against those who hurt his kind, namely other animals. So they said it is a mix of Pet Cemetery and Hereditary. So that sounds really fun and really scary and cool. So cover A here is from Shooning, and then we have Francavilla, cover B.
Next up is a one shot in the Hack Slash universe. This is Hack Slash Hot Shorts one shot. This is Tim Seeley's creator owned character he's been doing for years. If you've never read it, it's really fun about Cassie Hack, who essentially is like a survivor from a slasher horror movie, and Vlad, who is the slasher, but he's very lovable as they go around and try and eliminate all other evil slasher movie type villains in the universe. This is going to be collecting short stories that were originally published in the Hack Slash Deluxe Edition hardcovers, so you can just get them right here in this one shot. If you've already got the issues or whatever and you're not getting the hardcovers, you can get the new stories here, plus new pinups and a bunch of other stuff. So this is our A cover for that. And then we have our Vilches variant.
And speaking of Halloween specials, the Marked is having a one-shot Halloween special as well. So this is really noteworthy because it's a 3D one, and it comes with custom 3D glasses.
Cool.
So yeah, you don't have to bring your own. You don't have to get your the ones that like the gang member who always beat up Marty McFly was always wearing. So I expect these are going to look different. It's going to somehow resemble the Marked universe. So this is the regular cover for that, and here is the Vilches variant for that.
And then we have the Scarlet Sisters. This one is from Dynamite, written by Alex Segura with art from Emilyn Pina. This is about our three heroines against a deadly cult-like organization, which is taking control of New York City's political and criminal systems. So they have to go up against this team. These are all older characters, but I believe this is the first time they're teaming up together as the Scarlet Sisters, and this is going to be just a good jumping on point for fans of the old and new, but also it's setting the stage for future adventures for them. So definitely one to pick up to see what's going to happen in the future with these characters. The first one is by Linsner, and then we have an Edgar cover B, Lyrics cover C, and then the cover H is the Lau variant.
And then we have Far Cry. Far Cry, the super popular video game, is getting its own comic series. This is Far Cry Speranza #1, and this is going to be a prequel to the events in Far Cry 6, and it introduces Juan Cortez, who is going to be a key character in the game. So if you're a fan of the game, you like that world, you like Juan Carlo Esposito being a big bad guy in that one as well, you'll want to check this out. This is our A cover. We have our Jinzoman variant, our Lyrics, and our Lazic.
Okay, so after 400 issues of Star Trek, IDW has finally relaunched it with a new #1. So this is a new ongoing Star Trek comic by IDW, and it is going to follow. You see him there. It's going to follow Cisco. He gathers Starfleet members from across all the eras to create like some kind of super team, and they're going to try to stop this person who has been killing gods. That's like a bigger plot than Star Trek usually has.
Yeah.
You know, it's really strange, but that's what it is about. So here is the main cover. Then we have the Shalvi variant. We have the Asia variant. the Stott variant. You see some of the characters he's going to run into.
Yeah.
A lot of Next Generation people in that one. And then there's a blank sketch variant as well.
So it sounds like they're going against Gore the God Butcher from Thor.
I guess so.
All right, here we have a Night of the Living Dead comic. This is American mythology joined forces with Image 10, which is the original production company and the license holder for Night of the Living Dead. So this is going to be a new ongoing series that features surprising and unexpected twists based on the characters that you know. Ashamed, I've actually never seen this movie, so the description was really long, but it's about how all the travelers, basically, how they got there, how they got to the house on that dark, ghoul-filled night. So that's what this is going to cover.
It's still very scary. It still holds up and is pretty gruesome, especially for the time.
As with all the Romero films, the scariest stuff really is like people.
Yeah.
It's how the survivors treat each other.
Yeah.
So
we'll find out more about what's going on with them. And I got a few covers for it. So this is a classic photo A cover. And then we have the Hassan and Heezer cover B. And then we have the cover C, the Bonk cover.
All right, so next we're going to do cool covers and other comics. So it's going to be variants that we think are noteworthy, and issue number 2s and 3s of recent series that you might need a little reminder to add to your pull list.
Starting with Batman vs. Robin number 2. Issue number 1 came out this week. I loved it. I thought it was a super fun ride from Mark Waid. And I've already read issue 2, so I will try to keep all the spoilers to myself. But after Damian's big attack on the Batcave, and not really a spoiler, but because it's in the solicitation, but as you know, Alfred showed up at the front door of Wayne Manor, and now Batman and Alfred are on the run, and time is running out as they're being kind of pursued by Damian and some of the people he's gathered together. And this leads them on a very magical adventure as they run into the House of Secrets. So expect a lot of unexpected characters in this. I was telling Jason some of the ones that appear earlier. Some characters you don't see too often, especially in the DC universe. And a pretty shocking final page that if you thought you knew what was going on, that's going to change big time when you read this. So issue number 2 is another great issue. Definitely, if you haven't read the first one, pick it up and then get the second one. This is our A cover. We have a Greg Capullo variant and a Francis Manapul variant.
All right, another number 2 you probably want to know about is this is Flash, the Fastest Man Alive number 2. Number 1 released just last week. This is a movie tie-in with the Flash movie that's coming out next year. So this is not the Flash that you've been reading in the comic books. This is the one from the movie universe. So it's his early days. He's a very young Flash. He doesn't know a whole lot. So you get to see sort of early days and things that will end up being in the movie. So there is a B cover to this that is orderable, but they didn't have it ready. Like there's literally no cover to show. So I'm just mentioning, if you're trying to pick up both covers, you'll have to tell your store you want that B cover, but who knows what will be on it.
Yep.
All right, and then we wanted to show you this cover for I Am Batman number 14. It's really cool. Howard Porter variants. Lots of bats in there. This is the conclusion of the She Got Next saga, setting up a new story arc here.
That reminds me of when you jumped in Ninja Gaiden games and you turn into a blade.
Oh, yeah.
You know, Batman, he's got a lot of sharp...
He's like slowly coming out of that.
Yeah.
Next up is Jurassic League number 6. This is the final issue of Jurassic League. This is the B cover, the Gedeon cover. What I think is interesting is it sounds like DC is working like Jurassic League, the Dark Knights of Steel, all of those universes into being legitimate worlds in the multiverse. There's a one-shot coming out that kind of talks about that. So maybe this is in more continuity than we thought. So that is the final issue of Jurassic League.
Here is the Colin variant for Superman, Son of Kal-El, number 16. In this issue, we finally get father and son reunited after all the War World stuff. They're going to be reunited. So again, this is the variant for Superman, Son of Kal-El, number 16.
And then we have a couple cool covers for Wonder Woman 792 in this. As you can see, Wonder Woman needs to remind Cheetah of her humanity. Of course, they'll have
It's not going
to
well.
fight to do this. Yeah, it's not going well. Have a couple cool variants. The Joelle Jones cover B here, and then the Lucio Perillo Black Adam movie variant.
And next up we have Predator #3. Very excited about this one because Theta, after she's crash landed on this planet and she's trying to survive, sounds like she is going to be ambushed by a predator. But is it the one that she has been hunting or a whole new one? So we'll have to check this out. This is our A cover. Then we have the Harvey variant.
Okay. What's great is now that Marvel has both properties, we can talk about Predator and then go right to Alien. So this is the cover for Alien #2. And of course, what's going on in Alien is that SEAL team, the synthetic operations team, they've been reactivated. And so we're just following them and their exploits. So again, this is the #2 main cover. This is the Braze variant. And then here is the Gary Frank variant. I like what they're doing with the lighting in that one a lot. Usually you put red and green on something, you think of Christmas. This doesn't make me think of Christmas at all.
It's not very jolly.
All right, so this is issue #2 of Midnight Suns, 2 of 5. This is our new Midnight Suns team, spelled with a U, Magic, Wolverine, Blade, a few others. And in this one, Dr. Doom is laying siege to Strange Academy. So it's going to be a really cool issue. This is cover A. Then we have the game variant. And then the NetEase game variant.
We have 2 different game variants?
Yeah. For a book about a game, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess that's a little more.
This is the Ramos variant, the Miracle Man variant for Avengers #61. And we know now that Jason Aaron's kind of wrapping up his run on Avengers. And this is going to bring the Avengers, creating a team from all time frames. You've got characters like Thor from the Viking Age all the way to Starbrand, the T-Rex. So all of the crazy characters they've been building up in books like Avengers Forever and everything are coming together in this Avengers.
Here is the Fuji variant for Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings #4. Of course, they're doing a series of Jeff the Landshark variants, which we already have a few people in our store who are like, I want all of them.
Yep.
So, very popular character, but this is the Fuji variant for this. In this issue #4, it's beginning a new arc. It's called Game of Rings, where Shang-Chi is going to have to fight some of his deadliest opponents in some sort of a tournament, and the winner gets the rings. What I don't really understand, I'm sure it'll be explained, because this is a good book. I quite enjoy Shang-Chi. But he has the rings. Why is this tournament happening? But I'm sure it'll be explained. That's the general premise there.
And then we have Captain America, Symbol of Truth #6. And this Sam Wilson is called to the international stage to protect a visiting politician from Mohanda. And this is the Girihiru variant. And then we have the...
But look who's on it.
It's the land shark, and he's got his own little shield.
Cute. And then we have the NetEase Games variant.
And then we have a variant for Carnage #7. This is the U Miracle Man variant.
What, no Jeff the Landshark on Carnage? Okay, so this is the Casera variant to Moon Knight #16. This issue sounds really good because Moon Knight's going to be doing something, but it says in the at the same time. And McKay loves to do his 2 stories at once, sometimes 3 stories at once. Hunter's Moon is going to be out doing things at night, and that's a really cool new character I've enjoyed in this series. So I'm looking forward to, sort of riding along with him while he does things his own way. So that's what's going on. And this, again, is the Casera variant.
And then we have Thor #28. This is Thor versus Venom, round 2. I liked in the solicitation it said hammer versus tongue. That's all you need to know about this. So here is your A cover. And then we have the Smallwood Beyond Amazing SpiderMan variant. Really nice.
Yeah, leaping off the pages.
And then we have Star Wars Darth Vader #28. Very creepy cover. And in this one, Sabe, who was Padme's handmaiden that's been teamed up with Vader this whole time, finally comes face to face with the Emperor. What is he going to do when he sees her face? So pretty scary one. This is our A cover. This is our Greg Land New Hope 45th anniversary cover. And this is our Rod Rice variant.
Okay, so this is the NetEase variant for X-Force number 33, which is the conclusion of the current plot line, the Hunt for X. So again, this is the NetEase variant for X-Force 33.
And then we have X-Men number 16. This is the NetEase game variant. I feel like I say that wrong every time.
NetEase. And we have our part 2. Yeah, it's TMNT the Armageddon game number 2. This is you have to see on the variant. I haven't read the first one yet, so I don't know if this character appears. But you know, this is the big turtle event of a few years. Like it's really been building up
It's
to
the
this
big turtle event of the summer or of the year, I guess.
So this is the A cover, but have you seen this character? This is Cuddly, the transdimensional cowlet, is what they say. So if you want to find out more about that character, stay tuned for this issue. And then they actually gave it to us. This is the Eastman variant, which is super cool.
Amazing that it is out. I mean, an Eastman variant hasn't been out in time for order in ages. Okay, so this is the main cover. I thought this was a variant, but this is the main cover for Masquerade number 2, the new comic by Kevin Smith, where there's a social media star who is also a vigilante at night because of her past. Something terrible happened in her past. She also has a mask that can scan people's face and make her look like them, but it doesn't affect the body, which is pretty creepy and pretty funny. So anyway, this is the main cover, and then here is the Semolin variant. And the other day I was talking about how we were going to see Clerks 3. We did go see Clerks 3, speaking of Kevin Smith. I liked it. Starts out very funny, but it gets very sentimental, I would say. It was a lot more dramatic than I thought, but it's a good capstone if you've seen the other 2 movies.
And then we have Love Everlasting for any of you reading the time-hopping Tom King story. This is issue number 3, the cover B from Sejic.
The way you word that, it made it sound like Tom King is the one who's time hopping. And he just writes his book whenever he comes back into this time frame. Yeah. Next up we have Spawn 334. This is the Barbary variant, and does not look like it is going too well for Spawn on this one.
Okay, so here's the main cover for issue number 2 of The Least We Can Do, which just started last week. It's a post-apocalyptic book where our society's crumbled, but we've built it back, and there are these magic stones. You can see one there, and it's about this group of rebels who are trying to get the stones to make society a better place. So again, this is issue number 2, the main cover. Here is the Sejic variant. Sejic is such a good artist. And there's a virgin version of this cover as well, the C cover. All right, so now we're going to get to other printings and graphic novels.
Starting with Out Avengers. It's funny, I hadn't read this one yet, but I remember you talking about it and being like, yeah, and then they get spikes all over their bodies, and then this comes out and I'm like, oh, I get it now. I get what the spikes all over their bodies looks like. So if you haven't read this one, if your store sold out of the first printing of Out Avengers number 1, be sure to pick it up here. It is non-stop Avengers action.
Okay, so 8 Billion Genies is going back to 4th print. So this is issue number 1. We keep having people come in and ask about it. I'm glad it's gone to 4th print. We'll probably be ordering a little bit of this. Yep. So, but if you want to get all the printings of that number 1, here's another one that you can order.
And then we have Catwoman Lonely City. This is the hardcover collection for $30. It is Cliff Chiang's vision of Catwoman, and this is A World Without Batman. It was 4 oversized issues, so it'll be big like that in a hardcover. And DC's starting to do a couple different covers with their hardcovers and trade paperbacks. So this is the main one, but there is also the direct market Cliff Chiang version as well. I think that one's really pretty. Same price and everything.
And then DC is, which I didn't know they were going to do this, they are collecting Wonder Woman Earth 1. This is the Grant Morrison and Yannick Paquette retelling of kind of the origin of Wonder Woman through her early days, all of that in this new Earth 1 setting. So it's not in the main DC universe. But it was 3 volumes, and they're collecting all 3 into one complete collection paperback edition for $39.99. So this is a beautiful book if you never got a chance to read it. I've only read the first 2, so I think this is going to be a really cool pickup to be able to read all 3 together in one book.
Right. And lastly, attention Guardians of the Galaxy fans. They are releasing a hardcover collection of Brian Michael Bendis's Guardians of the Galaxy. Bendis did a lot of Guardians. In fact, this is 1,163 pages of Brian Michael Bendis Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm not even going to go over all that's in it, but it's all the stuff he did for the Guardians. It is $125. It's got several covers. This is the first cover to it. We also have this Alex Ross cover. And here is the U variant to it as well. That's it.
That is our show for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please take a second to subscribe, comment down below with what you're most excited about, or just tell me your weekend plans. I don't know. Make sure to check us out on Whatnot. We actually have a show tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Love to have you on there. And then I think we need to go get some mana for Ghost Andy so he doesn't.
I was about to say, and next time I won't wear a white shirt. I can't stop looking at this like weird underboob shadow I have right here.
All right, guys, but yes, thank you so much for hanging out with us today, and we hope to see you next time. And